Hey guys, and welcome me back. I've got my mic back. It's fixed up. All the sound works on it. So there's content, and I'm going to bust my ass and get it out to you. Hope you guys enjoyed the new intro. I got a couple of complaints that it was too long. 30 seconds is a little long, but this one's 18 seconds. So rest assured, it's 12 seconds shorter. Anyways, we're continuing on with our semi-attractive Ultimate Mage character. And that just sounded lame. But who cares? So we're moving on. We're going to sell a couple things here so we can work up our gold reserve. We're also going to be doing a couple things with Whiterun to actually help our financial issues right now, because when you get out of prison, you're usually broke ass unless you're a millionaire or a drug dealer. And my character is neither. We got to make up a story for her. And I think we'll do that throughout this playthrough. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But right now, we just have our semi-attractive Ultimate Mage, and she likes casting magic, and she wears cloth. Yeah, that's the build so far. And I should probably go get a drink. Okay, well, now we're just heading up towards Whiterun. I did not even go talk to Helga, I think is his sister's name. Wow, that stutter. Is it really stuttering in the video? Wow. My Xbox, when I recorded this, was stuttering a little bit because it hadn't had to deal with Skyrim for a while, and Skyrim has a higher pixel count than Dark Souls. And I was looking around for that wolf, because that wolf is here 100% of the time. And I noticed on my Mage, I actually get a ton. Wow. What's with that artifact? I don't even know how that happens. My Xbox was really warming up still. I'm sorry about that, guys. Next time I play this, I'll run around and I'll play on a different character for a while, like for maybe 30 minutes or something, to warm it up. So, because I noticed it got a lot smoother later when I played it, so I will try and warm up with a different character for like 30 minutes or something, and or just leave it running. I'll just run through the wilderness for a while or into a wall or something. But I just decided I'd torch that elk because, you know what? I wanted that elk thing, even though we didn't really need it. Plus, it increases your destruction skill. If you guys are interested in leveling up your destruction, it is based off of damage done. And I think it might also be based off the difficulty of the spell, but the more damage you do actually determines how much you level up. Same thing with weapons. A Daedric axe will actually level you up faster than a iron dagger. Even though a lot of people, they find an enemy that's like pretty strong, they hit it with an iron dagger to raise their skill. It's actually better to do it with the Daedric dagger if you really are determined to skill your character up. Some people, they just get a really high level dagger and then they put it on legendary and they beat up something really not that difficult, because it's pretty difficult to kill stuff on legendary. As you can see in the beginning, I turned down my difficulty while stuttering. Skyrim, cooperate with me, and yeah, that is the best way to do it. So I had several people request live commentary on Skyrim, and yes, I'm doing it. Live commentary on Skyrim will be a thing. There will be 4 episodes that I already recorded, so I'm going to have to do commentary like this, which is after the fact, because they're already recorded. And what the heck? Yeah, that happened to me. My character just glitched forward. It froze. The game was being stupid. And I'm going to persuade him. Yeah! And now unlock the door for me. But lots of people wanted the live commentary, so I'm going to be doing that. Live commentary on Skyrim will be happening. And open the damn door. Walk up and unlock it, please. Please just do... Oh, apparently you can unlock the door magically. Apparently. Or maybe, isn't there a sign that allows you to unlock a door once a day? Maybe that was only in Oblivion. That was kind of a useful sign. I never really found lock spells to be that useful, especially because they required a high amount of, what is it, alteration or illusion? I feel like it's alteration. I don't remember. But you can always lockpick, which is really easy in Skyrim. I feel like they definitely simplified it. In Oblivion, it was pretty easy, but it was a lot less predictable. And it would break your lock pretty much instantly if you were on a too difficult lock. So we're going up here to Whiterun, and we're going to be trying to get some gold. Jeez. Is that my capture card that's having issues? I guess it's really having issues with Skyrim. I haven't watched this footage yet. I'm sorry for any glitches. What the heck? It could just be my preview window in Movie Studio 12. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. Anyways, we're talking to her because if you talk to her, there's this dude named Mikhail, or Michael, or Mikhail. I don't know, however you want to pronounce it. And if you get him off her ass, no sexual pun intended there. If you get him away from her, she give you gold. It good. He won't be persuaded by my effeminate looks. Fine, let's brawl. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm a skinny ass elf lady, and I will mess you up. Whatcha? It's kind of funny. Fist fights are just kind of lame in this game, because usually your health regenerates faster than theirs. I don't even know if theirs does, and it's just really ridiculously easy, especially if you happen to have heavy gauntlets on, and you have the skill point into heavy armor that increases damage done while you're wearing heavy armor, and you do an unarmored attack. It makes it really easy. And I have tried making unarmed builds. They are hard to make viable, considering the enchant doesn't really go that high, even with a black soul gem. So you could maybe get it high if you just boosted it over and over and over, but I've never really bothered with it, because boosting armor takes a really long fucking time. And I was trying to figure out, like, maybe a side quest we could have gone off on a tangent and gone and done that. And I put healing on just to raise the restoration. This mage will be primarily focusing on destruction, conjuration, and restoration, and maybe a couple other talents if I have time. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe lock picking. I don't know. I'm not 100%, but you talk to her. This is a pretty easy 100 gold. You just talk to her, and then you duel her, and you gain 100 gold just for beating her up. She is actually difficult. It's almost like, I'm pretty sure she has the heavy perk. She hits much harder than the other dork. That's stamina regeneration. Stamina regeneration is a big deal. God dang it, get out. Like my dodging skills. Swing, move, swing, move, swing, move. I will juke you. That R2 is really hard to control. I have a lot of issues controlling that R2. You know, it's kind of a shame you can't do the cinematic for, it's like a little cinematic for hand-to-hand combat when you kill someone, where you grab him by the front and you just like punch him in the face a bunch of times and just throw him to the ground. It's seriously awesome. It's too bad you can't do that. And a power attack, right hook, right hook. I only used right hook. It's like NASCAR, but in reverse. Well, no, actually, if I'm swinging to the right, I'm going to the left. So it is like NASCAR punching. Right into the left, left, left. So I'm just continuously. I was actually technically going in a circle kind of to the left. Yep, NASCAR boxing. That's what we're doing. I really hate NASCAR. I'm sorry if you guys love NASCAR, if any of you do, but I hate it. It's definitely not predictable at all, because you know they go straight, and then they go left, and then they go left, and then they go straight, and then they go left, and then they go left, and then they go straight again. And I can never figure out. I really can't figure out what's gonna happen next. I'm just sitting there in anticipation. I'm like, they're going really fast, and I wonder if they're gonna go left or right. Not really. So we're going to continue on. We're going to go back to her and get the reward. I think the reason I paused here is actually my pizza got here, because this day I think I was recording it and I didn't order pizza. What did I order? Alfredo? I think I ordered Alfredo. And I got that, so I think that's why I paused. I can't remember why. It feels like it wasn't long enough, but maybe it was. And you talk to her, and she thanks you for actually getting that dude off her back. And she gives you a reward. The reward, actually, I'm pretty sure scales with leveling, because on some of my characters I get 500, some of my characters I get 750, so it really depends. And I do it, and most of those characters have done it at different points. And there's Ayala, and she is a badass. She is seriously one of the most badass companions, and I think at some point we'll do the companions, but as a mage, it's not really very high on my priority list, you know. So we're going into Belethor's good. This guy's totally shady. He said he would sell his sister if he had one, or your relative or something. It's a little shady. See? See? He said he'd sell his sister. What the hell is wrong with him? So much wrong with this guys. Shifty ass Bretons. Doo doo doo. And here I was just looking through for some possible better robes, because the robes were not stellar that I had, and I'm just selling some of my stuff. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get a cup of tea, and I will be right back with you guys. I'm sorry that I'm leaving, but I really need it. I'm having like some dry mouth syndrome here, and I'm having trouble pronunciating anything. So be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I got my tea. I'm drinking a little bit of sweet black tea today. Got a jug of unsweetened too. I'm not really partial to either. I do like unsweetened a little better because I don't know. I'm not really a sweet head. I definitely like my unsweetened tea. At the same time, unsweetened tea is good. And one of my friends pointed out that I shouldn't really even worry about drinking on mic, because you probably can't even notice it. And I just took a drink there, and guess what, guys? You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. So that's awesome, and I don't have to worry about that. So I will be drinking now on microphone, so that'll be a little better. It'll probably make the things go a little smoother. So right here, I was deliberating whether to go to Dawnstar and use the Dawnstar exploit chest, which is actually, I'll explain that later, but it involves like a Jeet and an invisible chest. And I didn't have the money for a horse, and I didn't really feel like dealing with it anyway, so we're off to the College of Winterhold, because that is a great basis for starting a mage. If you are beginning a mage or want to know more about mages, I typically don't actually go to the college. I do my own special route, but it's way too complicated. It takes a lot of grinding and farming, and it takes a lot of time. But this is a beginner's guide and for intermediate players, even up to masters if you've mastered the game. But College of Winterhold is a really great place to start. You come in contact with abundance of spell books, enchanted robes, enchanted staffs, soul shards, and soul gems, because you'll need those for enchanting later. So it's definitely a great place to start. You can get training there. There's tons of free crap in the college. In general, it's just an awesome place to start. Plus, you get free spells from the mages at certain points, and they actually, as you rank up, you actually get better robes, I'm pretty sure, and they just give you badass stuff. And this is Feralda, and we will be impressing her with our sparkly magic. She's actually the destruction trainer, so you guys should probably remember her. She's the ultimate with pigtails, and she will give you all your destruction training and pander to all your needs. She'll give you training, and you can buy spells and soul gems. That's all I meant by that.
Well, if you think you're capable of it, then
Alright.
you can try your luck with one of the
Just had to take a sip of tea.
Here you are.
You know, you guys should try commentating for like 15 minutes straight or 30 minutes straight. It gets difficult. Some people can do it, but I guess they generate a lot more saliva than I do. I don't typically generate a lot of saliva. Congratulations if you generate more saliva than me. You have a skill that I don't have, and I totally envy your saliva generating skills. But I digress. I can't believe I'm talking about that. So now we have to impress her with our Mage Light, even though we're not even going into Alteration. It's still a fun spell to cast. I'm pretty sure it's random what she tells you to cast. It might not be, but sometimes she has you cast Heal. Sometimes she has you cast Flames. I think one time she had me cast Flame Rune. But usually it's Mage Light. I feel like half the time it's Mage Light. It's kind of a fun spell, but it's dumb. And I did kind of a dumb thing, and I followed her really closely. You probably shouldn't even follow her too closely, because her AI kind of takes over. It's not even AI. I call it AS, which you'd be like, ass or as. No, artificial stupidity. That is seriously what the hell it is, because sometimes they just like to turn around and start talking to you when they're like in the middle of doing their thing. And sometimes she'll turn around and start talking to you, and she'll forget to light the rest of these beacons. Not that it matters, the gates will still open, but she'll just stop lighting them, and that just pisses me off. Like, on my actual mage, like my main mage, she didn't light them all, and that pisses me off. Every time I'm here, people will be like, well, you're ADD or some shit, but no. It really makes me angry, because they're not consistent, they're not symmetrical. There's like 2 of them that are lit, and it just bugs me so flippin' much. And I've tried lighting them with my own mage light, and the game's like, nope, we need Feralda's. Even though she's the destruction trainer, she apparently uses alteration. Whatever. Why don't you throw a fireball, and then we can have giant flame spouts instead of glowy spouts? Flames are so much more cool than mage light, because flames burn stuff, and mage light just sticks to your head when you shoot it at them. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you noticed it on Feralda, but actually, if you shoot a mage light at an NPC, you will actually it'll kind of stick to them and float up by their head. So if you have a companion with you, I'd recommend just shooting a mage light at them, and then the light will follow you around or go attack, and then you have light for your combat. And I think at some point, because we're a mage, it might, once we get up to higher levels, it might actually be useful to have a companion, because then they can tank for us. And I'm not sure who we want for a companion, but I was thinking maybe the vampire companion, because she can't die, because she's a quest character. Or we'll find another character that can't die. I'm pretty sure Lydia can die, because I'm pretty sure I've killed her before. And Lydia's a dork anyways. Time for another tea break while we talk and get a lovely tour of the college, which we absolutely care about nothing for. Like, literally, I can find my way around here. A, I've played this game before, and B, it's really not that complicated. There's literally 3 doors. There's 3 doors. One's living quarters. The other one is also living quarters, but it's got an enchanted table and a potion stable. The big door is to the Archmage's house, which is to the right as soon as you come through the door. And to the left is the library. And that's about it. And then there's the main hall, of course, which has a big glowy in the center. Guess that's my descriptive word for the day. Big glowy. And you can go up on that roof. I don't know why they did that. Maybe so you can fight dragons, because dragons actually attack Winterhold quite frequently later in game. That tea's good. And I'm just shooting these because, A, we're just following her around. You have to. Like, I've tried it. Well, you don't have to, but sometimes I leave and then the tour doesn't complete until you actually follow her. So we're just following her around, and when you shoot these, we actually get to raise our alteration skill, which isn't a bad thing because it'll help us level up. And why not try to level up when you're standing around like an idiot, like, when she's showing you the college? I don't need to know all these things. In Soviet Russia, Mage Light find you. Oh, look, a door. I haven't seen any of those in this game. And it's force of habit. I always go into doors after NPCs. Because, sometimes they don't follow. And I remember in Oblivion there used to be this stupid thing where, the Emperor, when you're down in the sewers, and the Emperor goes through a door, and if you go into the door before him, he'll just stay outside the door, and sometimes he'll glitch, and he can't even go through the door ever. Like, even if you go back and get him, he just won't go through the door. It's a super stupid glitch I've had it happen. I had it happen in Oblivion, and that carried over to Skyrim, because I had issues where I'd be like, where the guy would be standing outside the door, and he'd be like, you ready to go? And you'd be like, yeah, and you go through the door, and then you'd be like, where is he? And he's just standing outside. He's like, you ready to go? And you go through the door, and he's like, not there. Like, are you freaking kidding me? But if that does happen by accident, sometimes you can just wait for an hour and they'll show up inside, but not always. I just let them go in first if they're not actually following me. Like, maybe they just want to accompany me, you know. So I'm here scavenging all the goodies from the area. And most people can't even see you here, but I usually just crouch down quick and then steal the stuff. Maybe this was the part where I got my Alfredo. Glowy, 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 glowy. Look at that wall, it's so pretty. You know, you can just see the bricks in it and the mortar and how old they are, and you just feel like they're awesome. So next we're going to be continuing our tour of the college, which is utterly worthless. I think that I will be, for this playthrough, showing enchanting guides, best armor in slot guides, best enchants, spell priority, spell usefulness, that kind of thing, because different spells are good for different things. Each spell has have different properties and different effects. Like for instance, fire does fire damage plus it does additional fire damage after the fact. Frost damage does frost damage plus it reduces and drains stamina. So that's useful against melee characters or highly aggressive characters or someone running away. Shock is actually great because it reduces and takes down an opponent's magic. So shock is really useful against mages. Most dragons are highly resistant. Well, not highly resistant, but most dragons are resistant to fire and frost. So one of the best things to do is actually to use lightning against them. It's really useful. Doesn't really stop them from casting fire, but it really helps. And one of the things that helped me figure that out is there is a weapon that is actually called Dragon's Bane, and that weapon is it does additional damage to dragons, plus it has electric damage. So that's one of the hints, and I actually tested it out, and I feel like it does do some more damage to dragons, you know. And now we're in class here with the other dudes that do stuff, and we talk, and they move, and we all move in circles, and it's fun. So this is one of the parts where we get to learn our first free spell. He asks you your opinion here. You're all arguing about whether you should teach us something practical, like how to blow something up or start something on fire, summon dangerous zombies. And Savos is there, like he's not even doing anything. He's just like standing there being a jerk. He's like telling me how if I get good at magic, I can last several lifetimes. Like, that's not cryptic. What should we learn? Something practical, you old fool. I'm not patient. Let's learn something practical. I've been sitting around here getting this tour. Other apprentices might be down with it, but I'm not. I'm an Ultimer, and I am moderately attractive. So you better pay attention to me. Like, look, what other options do you have? You have a Khajiit, a freaking Dark Elf, and maybe, is that a Breton or an Imperial? That guy's a dork. And for some reason they won't stick to Tolfadir's head. I wanted them to stick so bad. Oh, it is. It's like a halo, but not a halo. Thank you. He gives me a ward spell, which I will probably never use. It's not a horrible spell. I'm pretty sure you can hold a ward up and actually cast through it at the same time. I'm not positive, though. But I've never really done it because I don't really specialize in alteration. It's not a tree I'm very interested in. We might raise it later. But primarily those are the three stats I mentioned, which will be Restoration, Conjuration, and our good old Destruction. And I hold it up, and you physically, or you magically assault me with your fireballs, with your fire. Fire. Yeah, it works. Great class, everyone. Let's just ignore that. That didn't happen. They're all watching. They're jealous because I'm Tolfadir's pet. They're all like, that guy. I mean, that girl. That girl got to do the demonstration, and we're all sitting here like losers. And I'm like, later, peeps. I'm gonna run ahead of you. But apparently, Tolfadir can walk in the snow, and he's an old man, and he's fine. You know, all those fun things. Anyways, guys, this is pretty much going to be the end of the episode. We're just going to level up here. We're going to go into Magica. And actually, I would recommend as a suggestion, well, it's not quite the end, I don't think, but I would recommend going to Magica as an early level because you have a lot of mana consumption issues and mana saving issues because a lot of your spells cost a high amount. As you can see, I did go into there to make my spells cost less, which is really important. Having your mana cost on basic spells is really, really important. And Apprentice. Apprentice is really great because that's the next step in it. The more damage you do, the more levels you should get. And now we are going into the Hall of Countenance. I think it's to go get spells because we got to go get locked and loaded for Sarthal because he's like, we're going to go there and it's going to be a great learning opportunity and you could totally not get exploded or get your head chopped off. Because that just doesn't happen to people who do exploration of dangerous and mysterious ruins. See, this is for Alda. You see, I remembered, I know this thing, I've never played this game before, so I remembered. Whiterun is pretty cool. Set it on the floor and it explodes when someone runs over it, so sometimes it's useful if you're fighting a melee, and you can throw it down and drag them over it. And that's about it. So we're going to pick up, what are we picking up? I don't remember. Frostbite, Firebolt. Firebolt? Is that what I pick up? Yep, Firebolt. I don't know why I didn't use it in the next episode. I think it's because it was Apprentice, and it just kind of didn't really make sense for me, I guess. That's just how it went through my mind, because it's Apprentice, and I could literally cast one or two, and I think Flames are better at this point just because of the consistent damage and the after damage. I don't know. We'll see in the next few episodes. I recorded these a while ago, so I can't remember them in a pristine manner, you know. I'm getting too old for this, guys. You can't expect me to remember everything. And now we're going to this guy who's like the second shiftiest dude in the college. The shiftiest dude is the Thieves Guild Barter, or just the dude in general that's freaky and sells Deidre hearts. I don't even know how he got them. But we're here for our conjuration spells, so we can actually raise our conjuration skills and just to have conjuration, because conjuration is fun. Yes, it is. Flame Atronach, which is an awesome spell. Raise zombie. I never really found a big use for zombies. I think the Atronachs are a better way to go, in my opinion. They're higher damage enemies. I mean, not enemies. Sometimes they can become enemies. I've actually had them where they become my enemy, where if you accidentally hit them, they'll turn on you. Kind of sucks, especially if you're a low level and you manage to cast your Flame Atronach because you have enough mana, and then you accidentally hit it and it just turns around and smokes you. It will just smoke you, and they are fully resistant to fire, so yeah, that's kind of interesting. I think we experienced that later in the episodes. But anyways, guys, I hope you're enjoying this Mage playthrough here. We're just testing out our familiar spell. It's really not that impressive. If you guys have any ideas for the playthrough, let me know. There will be 2 more episodes before live commentary. And remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and this is Witcher out. Enjoy. Hey guys, this is Witcher. Remember to hit that subscribe button right in the middle of the screen, and because YouTube is a little funny, remember to hit the like and the follow on the Twitter in the description below. I've got both. Please go do that for me. Peace.